Welcome to episode 111 of Organizations Win Championships and Odyssey 2400 Sports Podcast. I'm Dan Bernstein, along with our producer Spencer Ray and my podcast partner Aldrich Crotchfeaster. We have yet another in-depth look at your Chicago Bulls and where they stand. And
That's better. That's better than getting an in-depth look at Aldrich Cockfeaster.
I said Crotchfeaster. That's different.
Oh,
Different
crotch
guy.
feast.
And I think that's the name of the guy that was in the PGA tournament last week. What was that guy? Aldrich Potgeeter? I turned that on and like, who's leading? And
I didn't watch the golf last week.
Yeah, that's why I decided I didn't have to watch because I hadn't heard of any of the people who were playing. But that's not why it called. The Chicago Bulls at this point are now 23-35. They are 10th in the East. 10th. Yeah, they're 22nd to 30 in net rating, and the beat goes on. And unfortunately, this was a huge game. They pulled out that loss against the Phoenix Suns, and God, Phoenix is bad. They're they're a mess.
And I don't know why.
They don't look coached. They're just a mess. I don't know how it could get worse, but I guess it can. And so the Bulls were presented with a golden opportunity against Detroit a couple of nights ago. Here they are on the road. The Bulls are 6.5-point underdogs. Excuse me, I said Detroit. I meant the Sixers.
Okay, I was going to say, because I was looking at Bulls versus Pistons.
I know. No. Sorry. I said the wrong thing. I apologize. So they're in Philly. Embiid is out. And the Bulls do the right thing. Right before the game, all of a sudden, Nikola Vucevic, calf tightness. Awesome. So he's out. Io's out. So you think, okay, they realize the significance. It's a playoff game, basically, where the loser wins.
Who can lose? Yeah.
Right. And it was ended up, if you look at what it did in the standings, it was pretty much worth 2 games because it's head-to-head. And they screwed it up as royally as they possibly could screw it up.
Because they absolutely destroyed them.
I was going crazy. And then Mom was in the room, and she's like, who are you rooting for? And I said, well, I'm rooting for the Bulls to lose because I ultimately want them to win, and this is the only way they can improve their... And she's like, all right, I'm sorry I asked. And she left. But every time Kevin Huerter was open, I'm thinking, just be Kevin Huerter. But no. He hit
What do you mean, just be Kevin Huerter?
Yeah, just be bad.
The thing is that if he gets back to what he used to be on Sacramento, that's a real dude. Because his first year in Sacramento, he was bombing it, man.
Well,
and
that's what he was doing.
Yeah, he was hitting everything. Josh Giddey decided I'm really good, and we'll get to him later. Something that I find interesting is that Modest played 36 minutes.
That's the most important thing, is that if we can take positives from this, that there are young players who are playing, Modest is improving. And did you hear the stuff that Durant said about Modest?
He said he really liked him, something like that, right?
Yeah, very complimentary, but it was very kind of wise and coachy. He just said, that guy's just got to play. And he said, I've liked him since he was with the G League Ignite. I've seen him. I've watched him. Because Durant sees everything. Durant just loves basketball.
I still think he doesn't have a girlfriend. Like, he does not care. He just hoops.
Well, for him to say those things about Modest, it was really kind of cool. He goes, he's just got to play. And 36 minutes for Modest is great. But that outcome and Philly, God, what happened to Paul George?
I don't know. I mean, he's old now. He's what, 34, 35?
But still, it's like he fell off a table. It's all of a sudden, it's just done.
Yeah.
I was disappointed, and at least it got silly. And I will say that Adam and Stacey did a good job kind of acknowledging what was at stake in that game and kind of how important it is to maximize their draft position and their opportunity of jumping into the top 4. Kudos, by the way, too, to Julia Poe of the Tribune. I know we've talked a lot about Casey Johnson and his work and Joe Cowley and his, but man, and of course, Ricky O'Donnell and some of the other people we've had on. Julia Poe laid it on him in the Tribune, saying this was the most important game of the season so far for the Bulls, and they squandered it by winning. She said this was a crucial opportunity to improve their draft position, noting that the Bulls and Sixers and the Nets are all tangled up, trying to figure out what they're all doing. If the Sixers had won on Monday, they would have claimed head-to-head advantage against the Bulls for the season. They might have boxed the Bulls out of the play-in. Instead, the Bulls keep themselves in play-in position. That was the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
God, I wish I knew with this team. I wish I knew. I'm not telling players not to try, but if Vooch could be hurt, maybe this is where you tell other guys. Maybe you got to sit Josh Giddey at this point.
However, you can't bring up these points about the Bulls without mentioning how awful Philly played. And I don't know if they were told to not try beforehand.
No one does that. No one. You cannot tell guys to not try.
Right. So I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to the Bulls to say they completely screwed up, which they did. Some of it is definitely on Philly for playing so badly.
Yeah, but that's a GM's job. That is a GM's job, is to do what's right by the team by trying to manipulate the roster in a way that prevents Billy Donovan from being the really good coach he's been. I was texting with someone in the Bulls organization who was trolling me, knowing and obviously agreeing, knowing that they've got to be bad, and it also agrees that they want the pick. But I just at one point, let me find the actual text where we're watching this happen, and obviously we got the show text going and everything else that's going on, and I think I nailed the problem when I just said, where is it here? I said, God damn Billy and his stupid good coaching. Because, come on, man. They're playing hard and they're playing
just
smart.
Just boiling it.
They're all running to the right places. Now you got to do some of your best work as a coach, motivating these bums to out-bum in the bum fest. God, why do you have to coach so well?
Motivating these bums to out-bum in the bum fest.
Yeah, why do you have to such...
The team that's doing it right is the team that I am closest to right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They are doing it right, because it's not like the Wizards where it's just an absolute shit show. I'll just say it.
They beat the Nets. The Wizards beat the Nets.
But they're fine no matter what. Wizards have won a few games in a row, I believe. And they are horrible. However, the Pelicans were supposed to be good this year, and they just got injury after injury after injury, and they can't catch a break. But they're losing when they have to lose. And they're playing in tight games, but they're losing them. Except for the one I went to most recently against Sacramento when CJ McCollum had 43 points in an overtime win. That was a hell of a game to go to. And Zach LaVine played out of his mind.
Really?
Watching the Kings was like a flashback, and I hated it because it was just the old Bulls. However, people were complaining about DeMar and his fouling, his drawing fouls. Everyone was, that's not a foul. That's not a foul. And I am sitting there laughing because I'm like, that is a foul. It's just DeMar.
It's DeMar. He runs into somebody, screams,
throws
his arms up and falls down. Yep.
But anyway, if that team, and also Javonte Green, we know they bought him out. Mm-hmm. Because they know that he's, one, better off in a championship team, but two, and more importantly, Javonte Green is a guy that'll make your team better. I know he's a rotational guy that can come in, play defense, play hard.
And he's incapable of not playing as hard as he can either.
Right.
Yeah.
And they still have some guys on that team, like Trey Murphy and Herb Jones. And Zion Williamson, they said, is down to 264. I don't know if you saw that. But there was a picture of him that they posted on their Instagram. He looked good. And if that team gets flagged, I don't care what they do with Zion, but that's a real team right there. And they know how to lose. I don't know if they're going to fire their head coach, but why do the Bulls with a worse roster than one of the 3 worst teams in basketball have to play so much better?
Well, one of the reasons is this guy who you mentioned. And I want you to look at these stat lines in his last 3 games.
Oh, Giddey has just been nuts.
Yar. Josh Giddey, 27.16 rebounds at the Knicks. Okay, 27 and 16. He had 24, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists in the game against Phoenix.
And 3 steals.
And against Philly, 25 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, and 3 blocks.
Yeah.
And he was 3-point shooting.
3 of 3 from 3-point line. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 4 of 6, 3 of 5, 3 of 3. It's ridiculous.
And 3 of 4 in the game beforehand.
Ridiculous. And now the defense is still bad, but I'm getting a little worried here. I'm getting a little worried that when you just look at his numbers, he's been an amazing fantasy basketball player. I want to say he was, like, the last week on Yahoo, I think he was the number 1 ranked fantasy player.
He is shooting 37% from the 3-point line this year.
That's viable. That's absolutely viable. But the defense is not. I don't think he's a serious player. So here's let me just lay out the worry. You tell me.
And also his stat line in the first half was the first time it was the first time any player had that stat line in the most recent era, the PXP era. I'm not sure exactly what that means. But thank you, Spencer, for putting that in.
Yeah, I think that's where play-by-play data has been measured going. I think that's 96, 97. Like I think it's like the last 29 years or something like that, 28 years.
Damn, man.
But he's bad. He's still not good, though. And I know he's only 21 years old. But my concern is that somebody's going to give him $30 million a year as a restricted free agent, and that Arturas is going to match it. That's my worry.
Do you think he's bad?
I don't think he's a serious basketball player. I think he's a perfect empty calories stat sheet filler on a bad team.
So a different version of Zach LaVine.
Oh, he's not as good as Zach LaVine.
No, but I'm saying
a different way. I think he's a stat sheet filler on a bad team where somebody has to be out there and someone has to do stuff. And I mean, against a terrible team for this performance. Now, the Knicks' performance was a little different, and he was a +7 in that game, a +2 in the Phoenix game, +28 in the blowout. But in the 2 games against Detroit, he was a -29 in both games. Not total. He was a -58 total.
Yikes.
Yes. Like, I just think, obviously, the truth is somewhere in between there. But it's my worry that they're going to double down on, well, we didn't get a first-round pick for Caruso, but we got this guy, and now we got to further our commitment to him at his age. And if they were going to pay Patrick Williams, they've got a precedent now to pay this guy. And I don't.
Patrick Williams is $18 million. It's a whole lot different from 30.
Exactly. But somebody might put that 30 in front of him, and then give the Bulls the choice. And to me, it's an easy choice. No. You wouldn't do that.
No.
What?
Yeah.
What now?
Just the Bulls, man. I can't.
Well, you have to. You got no choice.
Uh,
You can. Would you rather go to college games and get the Bulls out of your system?
I'm gonna be doing that tonight.
Oh, who are they playing?
Charlotte. They're gonna win. They've been playing some good, but they lost to Wichita State, but Tulane's been playing some decent basketball. They're not. I don't think they'll win the conference, but you never know. It's college,
Yeah.
so we'll see.
I am.
Conference is weak except for Memphis and North Texas, so there's
Memphis
no
is
reason
good.
why. Memphis is really good.
Yeah, they're really good. Did you talk to Penny Hardaway, by the way?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Because that was the biggest game of the year. It was a huge crowd. It was ESPN2, I think, was on the game, not just ESPN Plus.
Right.
So there was obviously a lot more attention, and so it wasn't really worth it. Did you know that Tulane's basketball arena is the smallest arena that ESPN, not ESPN Plus, but actual ESPN networks will film in for basketball?
Really?
Yeah.
It's what, 5,000?
Something like that. Yeah, it's not much bigger than Bucknell's arena, but it's nicer, way nicer.
Oh yeah, I mean like the creature comforts and everything. The
Yeah, and the
thing
concessions and
yeah, no, it's because there's not really. I don't know. It's like I say, it's not that big, so it's not that hard to keep it nice if they want, I guess. And I don't know what kind of
no, but
towny
even
crowd
like
you
the
get
baskets are even the baskets are like more, the padding is better on the on the whatever they call it. All just the little things about the
Yeah.
are just nicer.
Well, sometimes
They do need to repaint the floor though.
That matter, yeah, they do, but it matters because of TV too. I think sometimes 'cause they want places to put microphones and places to put cameras, and they're
Yeah.
sort of the tail wags the dog in some of that regard. So we got Bulls
All right.
Clippers coming up tonight, and it looks like Vooch is going to be
better
out
lose.
again. Yeah, but you don't know with this team. I also never know with the Clippers, depending on, I don't know when they got to Chicago, because for some reason, the Clippers have been one of these teams that is just never quite itself when they get here early. I don't know if they're all like, somebody said, by the way, someone said there was a game that earlier this year. There was that the Mavs had a game in Detroit. And after the game, Jokic was Luka was in Chicago. Like out. Like, wait a second, how could he be here? I kid you not. There was this rumor.
Did you see that report that they were concerned about the fact that he drank beer and during one, I forgot when it was, but there was one clip of him like smoking hookah or whatever it is. I don't even know.
Yeah.
And they were concerned about his beer drinking.
It's the NBA.
I don't care how much he smokes, how much he drinks. I am paying him because he averages 30, 10, and 10. I don't care. That must have been so satisfying to win that game for him.
I wish people could have seen the things that Michael Jordan ingested and the way he treated his body on game day. This stuff about Luke is hilarious to me. I mean, Jordan was just basically bourbon and cigars. He had a steak dinner before every game. No. He'd stay out all night gambling. He barely got any sleep. I don't know when he slept.
But the thing is that I don't care if it's Michael Jordan, and at the time he was the best player in the NBA, and he was winning titles. So who cares what the hell he's doing with his free time, as long as he's not doing anything that will harm him, like, with the law.
Right. Or if he's like wrestling crocodiles or something.
Right. Right.
Doing something that is obviously 36 holes of golf isn't dangerous. Blackjack isn't dangerous.
Right. So who cares? It's Michael Jordan.
And can be dangerous depending on, but there was a lot of that going on too. But that's why I say that they never slept.
No, Dad. I can't believe you just did that.
What?
Did he wrap it before he tapped it?
Oh, I don't know.
Probably not.
I mean, back then in the NBA, there was a different. I mean, everybody was having babies all over the place. But one of his babies just got in some real trouble.
Was it Marcus or Jeffrey?
Yeah, Marcus got busted for ketamine and not great. Not the good. But
maybe we'll see him in New Orleans.
It is Mardi Gras.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Is that why class was canceled today?
What, because of ketamine?
No, because of Mardi Gras.
I'm kidding. No, it's up to professor discretion. I have a class canceled on Friday at 10 a.m. because everything starts on Thursday, really. So the professor's just like, it's happened too many times where either nobody shows up or people stumble into class. So I'll just give you the benefit of the doubt. It's Mardi Gras. Go have fun.
No, he's giving you the opposite of the benefit of the doubt. He's treating you all like the degenerates that you are.
Yeah,
So,
my God, this school? You kidding? We're all degenerates.
yeah, but you work
We're
hard.
just smart-ish.
Yeah, kind of.
We
maybe.
try.
Yeah, you're expensive. I can tell you that. You're all freaking expensive. That's for sure. So the Bulls are where they are. I wish I saw some route to something good here, but they've got another game against they got a game against the Nets. They have another showdown where they can try to lose to Philly. The Raptors might be helping us out here if the Raptors can start playing well. I don't.
Well, I mean, what is Bi hurt or no? Because he was.
He's always hurt.
Yeah,
but they just signed him to that big deal.
Yeah, injury status for Celtics Raptors.
I think I beat the Celtics anyway. So I would love for them to beat the Celtics. I don't think that's happening. I spent some time picking out some showdown questions. So let's get to the showdown post haste. So when we last left you in episode 110, Jason had presented the question of the 7 countries that have produced an NBA MVP from somebody born in that country, 6 of the non-U.S. countries. Can you name the other 6 countries and the players? So let the record show, when we ended the show, between Spencer and myself,
Spencer got more than you did.
He did. So, but I brought it up just to be fair. I brought it up on the air during transition with the Scores Morning Show, and Mike Mulligan got it. So he said, "Can I get credit?" So I told him, "Sure." I said, "Yes, we're going to declare you the winner of the crowd question." Other than the many that came from the United States, we have Steve Nash from Canada, Akeem Olajuwon from Nigeria, Joel Embiid from Cameroon, Dirk Nowitzki from Germany, Giannis Antetokounmpo from Greece, and Nikola Jokic from Serbia. Strong question. Very, very well done. Would you like to go first in the showdown?
I will start it off. So we have been talking about, I don't know if you heard that voice crack, but we have been talking about Michael Jordan a little bit today, and we have also been talking about, well, I mean, you mentioned what he was doing in his pastime.
Yes,
so
drinky, smoky, rumpy, pumpy, and golfy.
It's not the 3 amigos. It's like the 4. I don't know. It's
dwarves?
Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Activities or something.
Drinky, smoky, golfy, and old rumpy pumpy over there. Take a shower, dude.
But can you name the starting lineup from the 1991 finals of the Los Angeles Lakers?
The 91.
Because
okay.
91. Because that was Jordan's first title.
Yep.
And one of them you should obviously get because of the rumpy pumpy.
Okay, the starting lineup for those Lakers.
Yeah.
Magic.
Worthy.
Divac.
Vlade Divac.
Byron Scott.
Oh, this may have been easier than I thought.
AC Green?
Nope. For one game, it was AC Green, but in the finals, but not.
But he did start a game.
He started one. I'm doing it because I think there were injuries. So I'm just saying before the injuries.
It wasn't Rambus.
The hippie.
There were a ton of injuries too, because then Worthy got hurt after the series started. Who was the 5th? So we're looking for the power forward, right?
Yeah. Forward.
Hmm.
Decent player.
Give me his last initial.
P.
Give me the first initial.
S.
SP. There was an SP on the opposing team as well. Oh, Sam Perkins.
Sam Perkins. Correct.
Yeah, that was it.
That wasn't as good of a question as I thought. I thought that was going to take you longer. Didn't expect your memory to be so good for a demented old man.
Demented old man. Okay, here's your question. We were talking about the play-by-play tracking era, which goes back to 96, 97. And my question comes from that as well. Okay. Since 96, 97, they have been something that's been tracked, the most blocked dunk attempts in NBA history. I have the top 10. These are
since 97.
Since 96, 97, who has blocked the most dunk attempts? This is a block. This is
I'm
not
just
a
trying
foul.
to think just because he played forever, I'm going to say Tyson Chandler.
That is a terrific guess, and it's wrong. Not in the top 10.
Okay,
that's a well thought out, Mr. Gambini. That is a lucid objection overruled.
I'm going to go Rudy Gobert.
Nope.
No, not Jared Allen. Hasn't been in the league long enough, right? Or is
he's 6.
Wow. Okay.
Because you've also, it's not just shot blocking. It's also guys with big balls. It's guys who,
right.
Because if you're trying to block dunks, you can't worry about getting postered.
JaVale McGee?
Jared Allen is 6. No, not JaVale McGee.
Because he always jumps.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't care. Wow, this is a really good question.
I thought you'd enjoy it.
Elton Brand didn't play enough defense, did he?
Yeah, not above the rim enough.
Wow, since 96, 97. Mm-hmm. Tim Duncan. There we go. Tim Duncan, right?
He's 8th.
Okay.
He's tied for 8th. I was surprised to see him on the list but again, that was a guy who always played hard and was usually right near the basket.
Well, he also, Dirk isn't going to be there, even though that was the right era.
No.
Oof. Alonzo Mourning?
2. Good guess. Alonzo Mourning is number 2.
Dikembe didn't play long enough after.
Yeah, 4.
Dikembe's
really? 4th. Okay. Yep. He blocked a lot of shots, man.
Yeah, he did. Not today. Ha, ha, ha.
Not today.
Awesome. Really cool dude.
I will tell you.
Shaq.
No.
Wow.
No, wow. So you need one.
Are they all bigs?
Yes. You need 1, 3. Because I thought, I was going to think, why wouldn't you guess LeBron? Just get, chase down blocks, but no. So you need 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10.
He didn't play a lot of defense, but Chris Bosh?
No.
Okay.
I would say
this is hard.
All the remaining players, there are 3 more who are active. 3 of the remaining 5 are active. Or 6.
Are any of them somewhat young, kind of like Jared Allen, or are they all older?
No, I would say one is young-ish. And it surprised me to see his name on here, but another genuine tough dude. Not afraid, doesn't care if you want to put him on a poster, challenges everything.
Steven Adams?
No. He hasn't played enough.
Yeah. Oh, Brooke Lopez?
Number 1.
Wow, good for him. Is that the dude you were talking about? That's genuine tough guy, or no?
All these guys all are.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them were tremendously skilled.
Number 1. Brooke Lopez has had a hell of a career.
Guess how many
Hall of Fame level?
No. Guess how many All-Star teams he's made?
Brooke Lopez?
Yeah.
0?
1.
1?
2013, I think, is his only all. But the fact that the way he's changed his game and everything, he's had a hell of a career. So you've got 3 who's active but kind of near the end of his career. 5 active in his prime.
Giannis.
No.
Okay.
7 Another like known shot blocker, and then 9 and 10. I don't know if you're going to get. Kind of just sort of, guys, bigs
I'm
who.
gonna guess like Emeka Okafor or
No. Also
Sam
not.
Dalembert, people like
No.
that.
Those again, not bad guesses. I would say 3 has a reputation as just a great shot blocker.
And he's still
I
playing?
I think he's still technically active. I don't know if he's been hurt on and off, but I'm pretty sure he's still on a
Like
roster.
he's on an NBA roster.
I'm pretty sure, yes.
And he's old.
Ish. Yeah.
Wait. I know this might sound crazy but is Roy Hibbert one of them?
No, but I love some of
Okay.
these names you're coming
Yeah.
up with, though. No, you want me to give you the rest?
Yeah, just do it.
Number
this is a
3
lot.
is Serge Ibaka.
Okay. Oh, he's not playing.
I
He's out.
thought he was still on a roster.
No.
Are you sure?
He's gone.
Okay.
Been gone.
Number 5. This shocked
Should have
me.
gotten Serge. Yeah.
Miles Turner.
Oh, good for him.
Miles Turner's 5. And now I don't know if you're going to know these. Number 7 is Theo Ratliff.
Okay.
Then Duncan is tied with Joel Prisbilla.
Would not have gotten that.
And number 10, Jermaine O'Neal.
That I could have gotten.
But Brooke
Jermaine
Lopez,
O'Neal was
Lonzo
a
Mourning,
great player.
I don't know about great player. People expected him to be like a Hall of Famer when he came out of high school. But isn't that a fun list?
Yeah, that is. And I have been high on Miles Turner
I know.
forever.
The dude
And
blocks
I will
dunks.
still I will defend him until the day I perish.
It's between Turner and Jared Allen one of them is gonna end up leading this career, obviously, because they've got enough time left to pass that 128, depending on how long Lopez wants to play.
Like Miles Turner this season is shooting 39% from 3.
Jeez, better than Josh Giddey.
In his career, in 619 games, he has a total of 46.4 win shares.
Whew, that's nice.
Like, he's a good player.
Yeah. All right, here's your crowd question. Nikola Jokic this year became the first player to score 15,000 points, grab 7,500 rebounds, and dish out 5,000 assists before age 30. The first player ever. He also, with those 5,000 assists, became only the second ever center to reach that number.
430 or just in general?
No, just in general, ever. He's only the second center with 5,000 career assists. Who is the other? That's your crowd question for the week, and your answers can be sent to @Dan_Bernstein on Twitter, @Dan Bernstein on Blue Sky, or @Jason.Bernstein_ on Instagram. Do you have an idea of who it is? You're going to guess off the air, I would assume. All right, so and subscribe and rate and do all the things you do, and we will catch you with the next OWC.